So, making this video to highlight a trip that I took last year, as in 2025. It was actually two trips. I currently live in Minnesota. I'm originally from California. I took two trips back to Oroville, California, and what I saw was kind of disheartening. Place I knew as home isn't home anymore. It's grown far beyond the means of what home was. It's busy beyond all hours of the night. I've gotten used to a sleepy little town where I live, where by 11 o'clock most people are home and sidewalks are rolled up. I just couldn't get used to the busyness of Oroville. It was just craziness all hours of the night. I was staying in motels on a strip of road that really isn't the safest. Didn't stop me from walking at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning to the store, but yeah, basically it wasn't my hometown anymore. Wasn't where I grew up. I went looking for friends that I knew before I moved away, and well, surprise, they weren't where they were like 15 years ago. One of my friends sold her store and probably moved out of the area. Number of my friends no longer lived where I know they used to live. But really, my friends that I had weren't really why I was out there. I was out there for something entirely different. And I might have to make another trip out there. So I'm not going to elaborate on that too much. But I might be making another trip out to California soon. It just all depends. I don't know. If I do, I'll probably share about it after I've been out there. Basically, I don't feel comfortable there anymore. Nothing is the same. Sure, layout of the town is the same for the most part. Roads, I know where I'm going. Businesses, however, are not the same. Place where I used to always go get tires for my car, well, only one of the three places that I used to go are still standing. And that one place, the guy Chuck doesn't even run it anymore. His kid does. So, it's just kind of crazy. I'm going through a lot, mentally. Um, I am seeing a therapist, trying to deal with my borderline personality disorder. Um, I'm trying to deal with some other things that got going on. CPTSD, um, from my childhood and a few other situations. Um, and some current events that have left some, I don't want to say scars, but wounds on my mental health. Um, I'm not quite sure exactly how to put that into words right now. Not sure if I'm going to be able to put them into words anytime soon, really. It's just something that if I share it, it affects other people. And those other people I don't want to harm by sharing that information. Pretty much in a number of years, a lot of bad shit's happened, and I'm trying to deal with not doing anything to stop it. Granted, I didn't know these things were happening, but I still blame myself. So, even though I've been told time and time again, don't blame myself, I do. But that's how it goes. It's easier to blame myself than to blame somebody else. Basically, the way it's always run with me. Things at home, they're fine. They're doing good. I mean, I managed to get into RC, which is RC cars are a hobby that I enjoy. I'm still working on building up the Monster, which is an insane RC car because, well, the company that made the car originally never intended it to do the speed that it does. So, kind of see it as dumb luck that I got a cheap, like, God, I think I paid $38 for it on eBay and ended up making an RC car that can keep up with Arrma Mojave Grom, which can do 40 miles an hour generally if you know what you're doing with it. And it was meant to pretty much not go any faster than 30 miles an hour. So every time I take it out with the plastic parts it has, I'm risking blowing something up, which I actually kind of have because I destroyed a differential outdrive on it and couldn't run it for like a week and a half. So, because I had to wait for a differential to show up. Now I have metal gears and metal differentials coming for it. So I won't have those breaking anymore. Used to do a lot of gaming. Yeah, I don't play games as much. Seems in the last year, there's been a lot of parts of me that have, for lack of a better word, died. Things that I love that no longer, I don't take enjoyment in doing anymore. So, basically, I used to enjoy Star Wars, Star Trek. Now it's just decorations. I mean, I got Star Wars figures all over my house. Got a couple of Star Wars droids I've made, even a quarter scale R2D2 that, I mean, I can actually control around the house. Generally to troll the cats, but I don't even use it anymore. I mean, it's hard to say that, things that you once loved and enjoyed, you can't find any enjoyment out of them anymore. Because, things have just happened and you just don't enjoy the aesthetic of it anymore. I mean, I used to play video games every single day. Now, I have an Xbox Series X that I might play a week out of an entire month. I mean, I used to be on my Xbox every day playing games. I'm just not that anymore. My son and my wife have unfortunately watched me come unraveled. My other child has hardly knows me, so she's formulated her own idea about me, I guess. Which I guess I earned. So, but currently, there's just a whole lot going on. And emotionally, I just have given up on a lot. And I don't really know what to do with the things I've given up on. I mean, I do my best to stay in positive spirits. Some days that's not possible. Other days, well, find enjoyment in something. But let's just say most days go by without me really enjoying much, to be honest. So I take an antidepressant and it keeps me basically out of the red zone. The red zone being self-deletion, flipping my off switch, I'm pretty sure now you get the gist. Um, Several months ago, I attempted to flip the off switch. And I didn't think about what it would do to the people around me, what it would do to my son. And I realized while I was sitting in a voluntary hold in a mental unit exactly what I had done. And I broke down and bawled like a baby. I realized how much trauma I would have wreaked upon my family had they come downstairs and found me. And that was hard when I realized it. I'll be blunt, I was in a selfish moment. I hurt. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. So self-deletion was an idea that at the time my brain thought was the best course of action. It was not. It never is. But even still, some days I just am a foot or two out of the grave. And, well, I do my best to keep my mind together for my family. They're legitimately what keeps me going on. Not just my wife or my son, my daughter, but my dad, my mom, my sisters, the brother I haven't even met yet. Even my former wife, Amber, who happens to be one of my best friends again. I mean, legally, you could say she's still my wife, but she has made it perfectly clear that I am Shelley's. So, and she's not going to interfere with that, which is fine. You know, Shelley takes very good care of me emotionally. She does all she can to take care of me physically. And she's never done me wrong. I mean, hell, me and Shelley haven't even had fights. So, basically, any relationship you don't have fights in is a good relationship. I mean, I don't even get mad at Shelley. Ever. And same thing with her. She doesn't get mad at me. So, I mean, some would say, well, it sounds like the perfect relationship. Those don't exist. Well, you know what? I beg to differ. You know, I've been in a lot of relationships in my life. I have been with girls all shapes and sizes. Well, women all shapes and sizes. And I worry about the shape of their heart. Not the shape of their face, the shape of their body. Their heart. And my wife has an amazing heart. Not sure if she'll see this, because I don't know if she watches my videos or not, but if she does, I'm sure she'll get a smile. So, but I just want life to return back to what it was. I mean, back before all the hell. I mean, almost a year ago, I started into a situation, and I was like, this is hell. And an individual looked at me and said, this is nothing. It's going to get worse. Yeah, they were right. It was going to get worse. And it did. There are some days I wish I still smoked. But then there are others where I'm glad I gave up cigarettes. But every so often, I'd love to just light up a cigarette and basically just enjoy a good old cancer state. But I think I've gone kind of far enough in this video. Besides, I'm running out of memory space on my phone at the moment, so new phone is definitely in the future. This phone's only like 3 years old, so yeah, limited capacity. Thank God I'm not rough on my phones. So, but I'm gonna end this video here, and have a nice day. Thank you for watching.